Now, if you thought it was just going to be Team USA getting some thrust on their rosters for Milano-Cortina, then you thought wrong. Because we do have some representation over with the Czechs. We had a feeling it was going to happen. I think we did. I think we both, all three of us had a feeling that potentially Denisa Shishaba was going to sneak into that roster, which she has. Yeah, so really great news there. So, that now brings the total of Frost representation up to 8, by the way, across 2 teams. We might not be done then. Now, we might not be done there. Also, so 2 Minnesota Frost skaters named to 2026 Czechia Women's Olympic National Team. Czech Hockey announced today that Minnesota Frost forwards Denisa Shishaba and Klara Hillerova have been named to the Czech Women's National Team set to compete in the Milano-Cortina 2026 Winter Games. This will mark the second showing for the Czechs after making their inaugural appearance in the Beijing 2022 Olympic Games. So, Shishaba will compete in her second Olympics, previously having been selected to the Czech Republic's 2022 Olympic team that earned a 7th overall finish at the Beijing Games. In their first game of the tournament, the Hull Zaskinator scored the Czech women's second ever Olympic goal that helped propel them to a 3-1 victory over China. Shishaba ended the games with 4 total points in 5 games. In her third season with the Frost, she stands with 2 points across 10 games. Yeah, we should mention that obviously it's going to be the first time Czechia will be limited as Czechia, because over the last few years they have been saying we want you to refer to us as Czechia, not the Czech Republic. Yep. The first instance we saw that was in Liverpool. Oh, I hope nobody's watching from Hollyoaks. Fuck them. It's the only act I can probably do. It was in Liverpool for the 67th Eurovision Song Contest. And they were my favourites, Besna! My Sister's Crown was one of your favourites. Yeah, but it was the favourite you didn't have high hopes for. Because in that semi, you had both your favourites. You had that, you had Besna, and you had Alessandra representing Norway, Queen of Kings. And you felt that Norway would definitely qualify, but you weren't sure about Czechia. I had to wait for the end, but Alessandra to go through. Yeah. And they both came top 10. I think Czechia was 10th and Norway was 5th. But yeah, so that's the first. Yeah, so that's the first notion we saw Czechia being Czechia, and since then they made it very clear we don't want you to call us Czech Republic, we want you to call us Czechia. So yeah, so it's going to be the first time that Czechia will be in the Olympics as Czechia for the Winter Games. We got, oh god. Oh god, we're gonna get slated in Liverpool now. Right, it's that. They won't mind. All they do by getting pissed. Nobody's gonna be watching this in Liverpool. They're all gonna be right down at Wetherspoons right now, getting absolutely rat-arsed. Okay? Nobody's watching this in Liverpool. Okay? They're all getting pissed. They're all getting absolutely pissed. Okay? So no one's watching, so I can So I can say what I like. They're all getting pissed. Yeah. What do you reckon she's about being named to the Olympics? Really great. And the fact that she already has got Olympic prowess under her belt. I mean, scoring your team's second ever goal in your debut game, not your debut game, but your country's debut games. It just shows prowess and just shows that she's pretty brilliant. I'm so glad that trade happened. I know, because yeah, we should remind you guys that initially Shizuba was taken by the Golden Eyes in the expansion pro draft, and then literally was it 40 hours, 70 hours before our first games, she got traded back. We were on a break. Yeah, you can't let that reference go. We were on a break. Yeah, and we gave them our second round pick, Segedny. Has she made it pretty much there? Not really. No. Okay. Right, well that's interesting. Was she a second or was she a third round? I can't remember. I think she might have been third. No, I think Huss was second round and Segedny was third round. Right. Okay. Do you want to check that? Yeah, I need to check that. Because I'm not having people come to me saying, no, that's wrong! Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, she was the third round pick. Yeah, the first round we took Kendall Cooper. Second round was Abby Hustler. And then in round 3, with the 22nd overall pick, we took Segedny. Yeah, so she was the third round. So my bad. Yeah, my bad. Pluto was right. She was the third round pick. And that's, yeah, my bad, yeah. So I'm really pleased that Shizuba is going to be going back to the Olympics and she's going to be going as a Frost rather than a Golden Knight. Sorry, no offense, Vancouver. But Liverpool, we do mean offence. Yeah, we do mean offence to the Liverpoolians watching right now. If they are. We're going to get so late for this. Yeah, really great. Glad to have her all the I think she might be a star stand player for Czechia. We'll see how it goes. Because there's 8 players across the league representing Czechia. Yeah, 8. Yeah. One from each team apart from Trio. Yeah. So if we got the 2, yeah. So 2 teams where the highest contingency is from the Frost. 2 teams! 2 teams! Lady? She's a great player. Shizuba is a really great player, and I think she's going to do amazing. She could, as I said, she could be one of those star players for the team in Milan-Cortina. Because we're expecting big things to Czechia this year. Since Beijing, they've gone on to compete in 4 bronze medal matches in a row at the World Championships. Won the first 2, and then lost the second 2, but were robbed in 2025. They were. Yeah. So really pleased that she's there. I'm so excited. I think it's gonna be amazing. Yeah. Really well. Yeah. So she scores the first ever goal for. Sorry, one of the first ever goals for Czechia. So that was Czechia's second overall. Who did that great that year? China was one of them. Yeah, I'll bring it up. Because I don't think Czechia were in the same group as the US or Canada. Because we had the ROC. Oh, remember that. Mm-hmm. What, you were in the group with ROC? We were for Beijing in the group with ROC, and Lady had to basically just try and literally pinch me to stop me having a scowling face because I don't like the Russians. Yeah, so for various reasons which we will not go into. Thank you. We will not go in now. so yeah, they were in Group B with hold on, with Japan, Sweden, China, and Denmark. And they didn't end up bad. They actually came second in the group that year. Japan topped the group, and Czechia came second. It was only about 3 points though. Japan had 13 points. Czechia had 10 points. And then everyone else tied with 7 points. Oh, yep. In the knockout stages, Czechia met. Let's see who they meet. Oh, it's Finland. It was. Was it? Was it? Was it? Was it? No, it wasn't. It was. I need to say Finland there. There. It wasn't Finland. It was the. Hold on. I was us. Oh, it was USA. So the Czechs met USA in that quarterfinals and lost 4-1. I nearly said Finland there, but that's only because Finland have been the team that Czechia faced the last 4 times. Have faced in the last two women's world championship bronze matches. So that's why I accidentally said Finland. It's recency bias there, boys and girls. Recency bias. Right. Yeah, so we'll move on now to Hylarova. So Hylarova will compete in her second Olympics, previously having made her debut in Beijing. Yeah, so she's joined. Yeah, so like Shisaba, Hylarova joins her Czech teammate in making her second Olympic appearance in Milan. The Upper native played a pivotal role in the Frost 2025 PHL playoffs, amassing 5 points to help capture the franchise's second World Cup. Yeah, she did play very big in the playoffs. She like her step was a key factor to get us into the playoffs. Hylarova was a key contributor in the playoffs, and largely due to her, we were able to get. This is what I love about our team, is how we have this depth. Yup, we have this depth. So when players need to step up, they step up, and they step up big. Yup. They step up big time. So I'm really pleased that we got 2 great star players going to Milan-Cortina, as they should be. As they should. So really pleased with Hylarova. Yeah, it's great to see that she and Shisaba are both going together. They both are familiar with each other's playing styles. They can share experience with the rest of the team. I think it's really, really good. And T Frost players. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, because obviously Czechia is quite all, as we talked on the roster of Bill show the other day. Czechia's got a quite all well-rounded roster. Everybody except Toronto has got a player on this team. Tia's the only team not represented on Czechia's roster. So the fact we've got the highest contingency, I think that's impressive. That is impressive, given how Czechia's rely heavily on the college programs. That's impressive. Yeah. And yeah, so that's what I said. However, a huge impact in those game in those playoff games. It was a really huge help to get that second World Cup. So it's interesting how nobody thought to take a stab at her in the expansion process. Because if you're thinking about how you're going to build your team, and you choose to gut the 2 World Cup finalists that really just competed, wouldn't you want to go for someone who performed well? I mean, we know what the Golden Knights did in the expansion process, but You think that's a player that they sort of looked past on? Yep. At their own peril. At their own peril. Because as you said, Hyrova was a key player in those playoffs. She was a key contributor to these playoffs. So I'm surprised neither Vancouver or Seattle thought, let's have a look over this way. Because literally, those two teams could have literally taken anybody they wanted from us, and Vancouver did. And then we took one back. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Although you could argue they also got Mikhail Cabot in the free agency, so really it was tit for tat, really. But yeah, I think Hyrova might have something might look over, but yeah. So, well, she next basically goes to check and say, "Look at me! This is what I can do. I'm a key player." Especially as we do have high hopes for Czechia. We think Czechia could aim for bronze, which would be a first, because we did look it up quite recently. Finland, Sweden and Switzerland are the only teams that have won bronze in women's Winter Olympics tournaments, as well as the USA. So the bronze hasn't... So, like the gold medal and the silver medal, the bronze medal hasn't really been that spread around much either. It's been dominated by Finland. They've won at least 4 of those. So Czechia to somehow win that bronze, it would be their first. It would be another nation to add onto the medals table. Yeah, so really pleased for Hyrova. I think, yeah, he's going to work first that people think might not know too much, but actually, overlook it at your peril. Overlook it at your peril, boys and girls. That's what I'm going to say. Overlook it at your peril. Okay? On your own heads be it. On your own heads be it. Yeah. 2 great players going to represent our Frost in Milan-Cortina for Czechia. So that's very exciting. So yeah, because I'm not too sure. Last week, we weren't kind of really too sure where the representation was going to go, because we were kind of expecting a huge chunk from TUSA. Yeah. And I then had to look. Then after that, looked up the current roster and thought, oh, there's a couple of Czechs here, there's a few Canadians here, yeah, so could we make, that's why I started thinking, cool, could we potentially get representation elsewhere? And the answer is, yes. Yes, we have. Yes, we have. We've got more representation on our from our Frost. Yeah. So, don't be surprised if you get a third one of these, and we talk about Canada. Because I think May Bapperson probably should be on that roster. We'll see. And the question is, have Taylor Cooper and Abby Hustler done enough to warrant a slot? And if not, then maybe next cycle potentially. Yeah, if they are, potentially. Yeah, that could be. Yeah, something. Yeah, something on. Yeah. So I'm really happy with these 2 selections. It's really good to see. Yeah, so I'm really happy. Yeah, so happy with this. Yeah, so it's just great to see more Frost players get representation, because we know how well our team is, and we want to see our team get represented at the highest levels. So not just in World Championships, but also Olympics, and the fact we're now going to have that is just brilliant. Yeah. So, like my Sharks, my Frost now have 2 national teams with players on. Do you want to remind people? Yeah, so currently, for my San Jose Sharks, I have got Matt Conservery for Team Canada and Alex Wemberg for Team Sweden. So those are 2 teams I'll be keeping close on in the men's tournament, if I get a chance to catch a at the men's tournament. And of course, right now for the Frost, we've got 6 players on USA, 2 on Czechia, and we'll see if there's going to be any more between now and February the 5th. Who's going to be? It'll be any more on that roster, but yeah, I'm just so happy. I'm really happy for these 2 because they earned it. They performed really well on our team's roster. They clearly did perform excellent in the last Olympics. Yeah. Well, Sheeterberg got the 2nd ever gold for Czechia. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, really pleased for these 2. So I'm just so excited. And another team that got Frost represented on. And in our group, Yep, in our group, yes, yes. Czechia are in Group A with us. How funny would that be if all the Frost representations in the same group? I wouldn't be surprised, George. I would not be surprised if that is the case. I would not be surprised. But I'm so happy. I think Czechia I've got two great outstanding players on their roster. And I can't wait to see how they're going to gel with all the others, and that's going to be really good. I think Czechia's going to do well. I'm really pleased. I'm so pleased. There you go, bar thoughts from you. You've got two great Frost players on that roster. Utilise them well. Okay, I think that's all. What is that there? Yep, two great Frost players, taking the total to 8. And, yeah. So, USA, Czechia, represented by Frost players. Will there be any more?